What's up everyone, it's Jambor's new video, and in this video I will be talking about the countries, songs and artists who are we kind of sleeping on. They are not, I would say, dark horses, but the countries which still might surprise, in my eyes, subjectively. Create your own list if you won't like it. I will bring 5 plus 1 more, which I'm not sure if it really belongs to this category, but still I would add it. Anyway, watch this whole video to find out. This category is like Sleeping Beauties, something which I think it will do much better than the odds say, and also much better than the fans think, in my opinion. And again, you might have your own list, your own countries, the countries which you would prefer more on this list, something what belongs for you better or something, but I have those 5 plus 1, and this is the first one. And the first one is Denmark. I think Denmark is a country which might reach top 10. The song has the quality and the artist has a quality. Now, only what I think is about staging, and I think this is the reason why in the odds it's so low, because if you watch the song on YouTube, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good staging wise. It doesn't look good how it's shot, how it's edited. It just doesn't work. It simply doesn't really work. And I remember that for me it wasn't a shock that it won the selection in Denmark, which was very strong, but it was kind of shocking that it won when there was such a competition. On the other hand, Sissel can sing like amazingly. The vocal is so strong and powerful. The charisma is huge, and I think if they dress her accordingly or create the staging the way, it would really fulfill its purpose with the song, which kind of is retro-ish, but this will always work. This will be kind of always current, always a song which will be played in the radios, or it has this formula, you know, it's catchy, also it's dancey, it's suitable for arena, it's suitable for television. It's kind of this full package, maybe classical song, cliche, but this is the only one like that, this Eurovision also, and I think it has all its values. Now, of course, I know in semifinal there are only public votes. And I think this song should receive public votes, but it might also not, for various reasons, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But if there are juries, I'm absolutely sure that this song is qualifying, because again, the singing, okay, singing should be like the automatical thing, right? But the singing connected to the song really works. It works. The only thing really, it's the atmosphere they create around it, because if they will do it like in the national selection, I think they kind of ruin it. If they will do it differently, which they said they will, they can really elevate it to completely different sphere, and I think this is the reason why we are sleeping on it, because we have no compare and we have only this clip kind of to watch it, which is a little bit not fair. But Sissel for me is a sleeping beauty. Who's next? The other country which we are sleeping a lot on, and I think much more than Denmark, because at least Denmark is in those speculations for qualifying, not qualifying whatsoever, it's Switzerland. Since no one's talking about Switzerland, or at least I don't see it in the discussions. This name of the country doesn't appear on my Twitter or on social media anywhere, and the song is very beautiful. At this year, in this quality year, this can reach top 10, because this is a very clearly a jury song, because especially if I'm a juror, and the performance would really stand out, the song itself and how it sounds brilliantly. Of course, I don't know if the artist Zoe May can really make it happen, and also if she has enough charisma to make it on stage. Maybe not for, this is like not this winning aura, maybe, at least from the music video, if I can judge this, but it is kind of an aura for top 10, because the song is very strong, clear, authentic somehow ballad, which is in French, so it sounds very good. I have no clue what she's singing about. I didn't ever reach it, because it should work or it doesn't. I'm not such a fan to reach the lyrics, but yet, whenever I hear it, I say like, yes, this is really a good song, and I think this song would be this very good song every single year. Never a winning one, but the one which kind of somehow fills the quality of Eurovision. This is the song you would show to the people who doesn't know about Eurovision and say like, this is the song, this is why Eurovision is not laughable project. Or you can also choose other ones to do the opposite. But definitely this comes to the part of seriousness and quality of the song contest, how I like it. And I think Switzerland will do much better than most of the countries which hosted Eurovision in the past. What do you think? In the comments below. And let's move on to the other country. And the other country is Azerbaijan. Mama Gama, Run With You, it's a sleeping hit. It's a sleeping diamond, and I think this is not a bubble thing because it's extremely regular. The song, it's a regular mainstream song, modern radio thing, which I don't think it resonates in the Eurovision bubble where extremes or Eurovision things are really welcome because they're kind of fulfilling this hardcore feeling. It's something like with hardcore football fans, you know, they don't care too much about progression, they care about how they perceive it, which might be fine, might not, but definitely countries like Azerbaijan with songs like Run With You from Mama Gama would suffer a little bit from this approach in the media market, because of course the focus not there, no one talks about it, but of course the majority of people will watch it for the first time in the semi-final. Azerbaijan is not the country which is very often voted on by public, but when they send a hit, they might. And I think this is a hit. For me personally, and I'm biased for this of course, is this the best song Eurovision has this year in the terms of what I listen in my headphones, because this is made for it. This is the only song like that this year. I've so far still didn't download to my Spotify any other song. This is the only one. And I didn't expect it will come from Azerbaijan, and I really like the energy, I really like the song, and this is the only and really the only song from this list which I also would wish for a longer version. So that says something, at least from my perspective. And I think people doesn't believe it will qualify, but I think for regular audience which is not Eurovision hardcore affected, this is a song to vote for if it will sound and look good on stage. I saw it on one pre-party, I think it was Amsterdam, which was lit amazingly well actually, all of those acts. Kudos for the guy who was doing light setup over there. And it didn't stand out for me because of the color palette they chose, and for Eurovision this is very important, so I'm saying it out loud again. I think if they choose the positive vibes, if they choose the positive palette and make it not rockish but extremely positive, nice, colorful act, it will stand out. It will bring this very nice, real positive energy, which is not centered to some kind of group, whatever it is, but it's really mainstream, widespread, the song for everyone, for everybody to liking it. And I think we shouldn't sleep on this beauty, but we are sleeping. That's why it's on the list. But maybe you don't agree with me in the comments below, and let's move on to the next one. Yeah, and this one I was extremely curious to talk about because for me it's Latvia. Tautumeitas and Burmai. Burman Laimi. And this is on the list of Sleeping Beauties because this is extremely low in the odds, like almost no chance of not just qualifying but to do a good result. And I'm questioning like why we are sleeping on this that much, like really, why we are sleeping on this that much, because it's the only real tribal song this year. Tribal, historical, easygoing, for all family, kind of non-aggressive, very positive. Maybe a little bit boring in the studio version, kind of long, but you know, the performance matter, and I saw the performance in the national selection, and this is something you would remember. It's connected to the song, somehow works, somehow is artistic, but also interesting for the general public, in my opinion. And those songs always are kind of like for general public very interesting. And also I think for at least Eastern Europeans, even though this doesn't have those Slavic vibes in it, it's still very digestible and very, you know, you want to know a little bit more what's behind 5 women. They sing brilliantly, they will have those costumes, it's also the fairy tale friendly for kids actually. So why are we sleeping on this that much? Are there really better songs? Like I would say this year in general, and sorry to say this like in this Latvian case, but I think it's according to most of the songs, it's very average kind of year in the way of songs quality, that they would bring some additional layers, level, and so on. It's very hard to measure this, right? But if you ask professionals, they will tell you like it really went down, the quality. And I agree with this, might be personally, without even asking them. But in such a year, this is very unpredictable what's gonna happen. And I'm telling you that Tau Tomatoes with this song, Burman Laimi, will qualify. And I'm telling it because I believe that people love those songs, and the bubble and even the odds are very inaccurate this year, and so many things will be absolutely differently. Like, if this year is something, it's extremely unpredictable. Of course, you can have this category of the songs you will say like they will for sure qualify, but then you have so many songs similar to each other, many jokish comedy acts which are very similar to each other somehow. Why one is very better than the other one, you know, it makes a little bit no sense. So I won't believe in the odds that crazily much. And in this case, actually this song has everything to qualify from the past, and the past years were much stronger years in this case, and in this case especially Latvia doesn't have any competition. There is no other songs you can compare it to, this better tribal song against this tribal song, because this is like this traditional thing, but deep in the roots before the civilizations exist how we know them from the historical books. It's really beyond, is this kind of mystery. And it sounds nicely. It really sounds like a fairy tale. With, if they will be able to recreate this feeling what they had in national selection, maybe even better, then they are qualifying, and we are sleeping on it for no reason. Next song. And the next one, and kind of last one, but there will be this plus one, is Belgium. And now you might say like, but Belgium, it's 7 in the odds. Like, when last time somebody was talking about Belgium actually? You know, it was a big hit. I think Belgium suffers from being extremely huge favorite from the beginning of this year's Eurovision odds kind of was released. So the expectation was extremely high, and that they wasn't met. And they in my opinion, weren't met for the reason, you know. It's not that crazy great hit in the way which you would say comparable to previous year's Eurovision, how it would probably go. But on the other hand, this wouldn't be fair, because we need to look at the Eurovision now in the context of what Eurovision offers this year, and I think this is one of the best songs. I saw the performances also in the national selection, but then also in some pre-parties, and I think it's brilliant. I think it really works. Like, my personal suggestion was to change the dress to something what was in the music video, like this suit and everything, which was super classy, and somehow was a little bit contradicting the song, was something extremely smart and interesting, because somehow it dragged my attention much better than this BDSM red dress. But this is a trademark probably, so whatever, it is just my own impression. But I would say we are sleeping on this unfairly, and I would say that the odds are right about this song, that it will be high, because he can really sing it, he can kind of sell it, they can do the staging, and now you can say, but because I read so many comments that the staging needs to get extremely improved. I don't think it needs to be extremely improved, because what makes this song extremely great already is the light setup and the way how they shot this. So this is the thing what is important, and they already have it. They already have this kind of design. Only what they maybe need to do better, it's some camera angle work, introduction, and so on, to make it interesting the whole time. But when it reach these peaks, that are like 2 or 3 peaks in the song, it's fascinating thing. And you know, I remember it reminds me a little bit of Iceland from 2019, which ended up I think 10th in front of us, in front of Czechia. And this has this vibe also. It's not that rockish also, but it has its vibe, but it doesn't have such a competition like those songs in 2019. So I'm just questioning like why this shouldn't really make it to this 7th place, for example, when it's now placed in the odds. I think we're sleeping on it, really, because it's, especially in the context of this year, one of those best songs, and really great performances also. So this will do fine. Don't sleep on Belgium this year, I must say. I would say it would be a mistake. And let's go to this +1 song. What it might be, what country it might be. Okay, let's do it. And this country is Greece. And again, you will tell me like, Jan, Greece, you hate it. First of all, I don't hate on countries in general. And like any of them, I don't care. I'm a producer. I want to be realistic. I don't want to get blame points. Maybe I'm not enjoying it much as Eurovision should be fun. No, but in my opinion, Eurovision should be a competition, and I think countries should really compete and be competitive. I think Greece had a huge support in jury kind of voting, because this is a very nice song. I think also that from fun perspective, especially from non-Greece and Greece-affected countries, this is maybe a little bit too complicated song, somehow niche, you know? Something which I feel it might struggle a little bit from the song approach and who Claudia is on stage, because I saw her on stage, I saw her in my music video, I reacted on this a little bit more project. She had this acoustic version, whatever. And what is extremely, extremely important there, that they will fit the stage to her, that she will own it, that they will let her own it. Because the approach of Greece in the past in general towards stagings, I think, like, not Amanda Tenfjord, but I think her charisma was over getting it, was focused on the staging less than the artist. It was the director's exhibition less than the artist exhibition, because those things weren't finished somehow. Those stagings weren't finished. Watch my masterclass for Greece last year. You will understand what I mean when I'm saying it in the detail. And this is my only concern for the song, which I don't think should be overslept it, because it's a little bit a diamond, something what can really surprise very well. Now, I don't know where it's in the odds for the winning. Maybe high, maybe not. 18, this is not bad. This is definitely a qualification point. I was a little bit worried that in just public voting semi-final, it can suffer also with this just because of the complication of the song. But on the other hand, she can sing. The performance, like, if the people will, let's say this way, because this is not about I don't trust it. I would wish, but I don't know if this cannot be this shocking surprise, you know? Might be completely off. This is not about this video. It's about the way that if it will be in the finals, I think the juries will support it a lot, because on the other hand, they don't have too many things to choose from, and this is clearly not a crazy song. It's also not screaming for the attention stupidly. It's extremely authentic. It feels authentic, and I think what the producers of Greece need to do, and the directors or the director, to really follow up this authenticity, to make it shine. Claudia is a staging, not the song, because no one would understand the song. If you will try to reproduce the message of the song on stage, I think you might fail, because, and this is the advice, no one in 3 minutes has the capacity to understand it if it's not like extremely clear. And now, from non-Greece perspective, from people who will really just hear it there, never before and maybe never after, to keep it in their heads, they need to remember the artist. She has those glasses, this is brilliant. Focus on her, because she can deliver. She is the artist. So make it as an artistry very, very about her. And however you do it, I would have something in my head, you know, but no one asked me for it, and this is not my thing to do. The advice is only, if you want to succeed, make the song stand out, the Claudia stand out, not the message. The message maybe is important for Greeks, but I think the succession, after all, is also important for Greeks, and the succession can be only delivered if others like it. So think practically more about it, I would say. But this is up to you. I would say everybody is a little bit sleeping on the song, and maybe not Greeks, but the rest, I would say they did. But whenever I would say an artist would hear the playlist, I think in their top 10 they would put Claudia, because there is something. There is something hard to reproduce by words, but it's a feeling, right? And it's there, and that's why I made the top 5 at top 5 plus 1, and this plus 1 Sleeping Beauty is Claudia Greece Asteromata. And maybe you don't agree with me. So write me in the comments below in which way. What would be your top 5 plus 1 in this, even it's not like top 5, it's like 5 songs plus 1 Sleeping Beauties. And subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, become members if you want to have exclusive content of this channel. and support me also as a person and this channel, or you can buy me a coffee, you can do whatever you would like, and that's it. I'm glad that you watched through here and supporting me this way also, and watch my other videos. See you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.